Hey, what's up, everyone? You're here with the Pick Dawgz Soccer Crew. Thank you for joining us for another long form video for Saturday. It's March 1st. It was a short February. Might be a good thing, might be a bad thing. I don't know. We'll see. But there are always some games to bet on. And even though there's no EPL, guys, we still have a decent slate of games on Saturday and Sunday. You can find them all up, all of our free picks up on the Pick Dawgz YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe, guys, and of course leave us a comment on any of these videos. Now let's kick it off, guys. We have Girona and Celta,
Goran,
and
can I,
no,
before we
no,
kick it off, no, it's going to have to be
no.
done. We're having a discussion about Lille off, and I want people's opinion. So, Jack's argument is that Lille care less about the Champions League than the French League. My argument is that's absolute bogus because you play all season to get into the Champions League spot. Now you're in the round of 16 and you're just going to be like, "Oh, we got here. Let's just get here again next year." That's absurd.
If they're in
Let's hear
second
your side of it,
position,
Jack.
if they're in second position or third position and they've got Champions League pretty comfortable right now, I'd agree. But they don't. They
Heck, the
don't have
point is
Champions
to
League
get to
secure.
Champions League. If you're in it, you're going to worry
So
about
I'll ask everyone watching: would you prefer
easy.
to put most of your focus on a Champions League fixture where you have to beat Dortmund across 2 games, or put more focus into the league where you are probably going to win your games, and if you do, you get Champions League considered, like guaranteed, pretty much.
They were top 8 in Champions League. They got the bye. If they made the Champions League group stage next 10 years, I guarantee you they wouldn't get a bye again. This is their best shot they have. Dortmund is
They have
not
they have to beat Dortmund across 2 games, and then likely Barcelona. I'm sorry, they're not going to win the
they're
Champions League.
probably not going to win it, okay? But regardless, you're there. They might not even make the Champions League the next 5 years.
They have guaranteed Champions League next season if they just focus on performing in the league. That's what I'm trying to say. That's it.
Yeah,
But
but I
what's
don't
the
think
point of that?
that's.
What's
Yeah,
the point of that? Then you get to the same spot you're at this season, and then
Well, no, because next season they'll probably have Champions League secured anyway. They're in fourth right now. They've not been good in the league because they put in all their focus on the Champions League
they're
up to
not a
this point.
top 4 team in League One.
Wow. You honestly don't think that Lille are a better team than Nice?
I do. I don't think they're better than Monaco or Lyon.
Okay.
anyways, moving on. Let us know what you
Moving on
think
to
about this
Goran's
discussion,
survivor
guys.
pick.
Yeah. And what kind of a pick would it be if I didn't take Girona here? So I won't even say anything else. I'm taking Girona on the money line. And Kirk has Girona on the money line too.
It's just kind of it's not my favorite play. It's a lean. Celta at home I can trust. Celta on the road at minus 140. It's just not really where I want my money.
So why are you
Girona,
badgering me about my survivor pick then?
because there's so
Like
many
what the hell?
because there's so many better picks. I mean, this is my
Like
least
what?
favorite. I told you, Villarreal, Real
Why would that
Madrid,
be a better pick than this?
because Villarreal's at
Why would
home.
Real Madrid against Betis on the road, who has the Champions League next week, be better than Girona at home against horrible Celta Vigo on the road? Why?
What do you mean? Because Girona's a fraud.
Because you said so?
Because it's just been obvious to everyone
Sure.
viewing.
They were bad. They were horrible, but they won their last game, and I think that they will get another win in this game.
I just think there's a lot better. I mean, Villarreal is by clear cut the best team to choose for Survivor. It's not even close.
I guess we shall see. Jack?
I told you it's a lean. It's not my favorite. If we didn't have to talk about this game, I would say no bet for Kirk. But since we do, I'm leaning towards Girona at plus money because I'd rather get plus money than trust Celta Vigo on the road.
All right, my turn.
Yeah.
I'm taking Celta on the double chance here. I don't like the way Girona are playing recently. Coming into this game on, was it 3 straight losses? Okay, against pretty tough teams. Atletico Bilbao, Real Madrid, and so on. But Celta Vigo look good. They look pretty good right now. Got that draw against Atletico Madrid a couple of weeks ago. on the road as well. Not an easy place to go and get a point. So, yeah, if they perform like that, they get the draw here against Girona minimum.
Minimum. They're not
All right.
winning this game, I'll tell you that much.
Off to the next one, Rayo Vallecano and Sevilla. What are your thoughts about this one, Jack?
Tough to get value with Rayo this season, especially at this point when they're playing as good as they are. Much easier to get value with them before the bookies started really believing in them, especially before Christmas. Now it's a little bit more challenging. I like both teams to score here. I don't think Rayo's defense has been as good as what it was to get them into their position that they're in. And Sevilla, they've been scoring a fair amount recently. So, they scored against Barca, scored 4 against Valladolid, scored against Mallorca, who are also proving to be a very good team this season. So, yeah, I'd like both teams to score here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the draw in this one. I think like 1-1 or something like that. I think that's the result. But this is just a lean for me. I'm not a fan of this game. So if anything, I'll be going with the draw in this one, Kirk.
Yeah, I like the under here. I think we maximum see 2 goals in this, maybe a 1-0. Sevilla will try to play a little more conservative on the road. So, Vallecano, they're in pretty good form. Give me the under here.
The last game in La Liga in this video is between Betis and Real Madrid. It is a big matchup,
Real
and
Madrid is
Betis is
minus,
actually
by the way. They're not plus, they're
minus.
minus. Yeah.
Okay. My mistake. Yeah, they are minus 130 or something like that. Betis on the other side won 3 of their last 4 games. However, they will be without their best player for this game, Anthony, who got hurt or got red card or something like that in the previous game. Or did I read that wrong, Jack?
I don't know. I actually don't know. I know he scored an absolute belter. In fact, I've just quickly done a quick use of Google. His red card was overturned, so he's actually going to be able to play.
Okay.
They appealed it, and he's going to be able to play. So yeah, I guess this makes things a bit more difficult for Real Madrid's defense. Look, it's going to be the exact same thing. I feel like I've probably said every single Real Madrid pick. It just depends on what Real Madrid's going to show up. Is it going to be the vintage Real Madrid, or is it going to be the Real Madrid that's showed lack of consistency in spells
Well, let
this
me
season?
tell you the missing players. So Vinicius suspended yellow cards. Carvajal injured for a long time already. Militao injured. Bellingham suspended for a red card.
Yep.
Valverde out with injury, and Ceballos out with injury as well. And on top of that, they have a Champions League game next week against Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, exactly. Don't like the spot, but if I'm picking either side, it's Real Madrid.
I'm gonna take first half draw on this one, plus 154. I think Kirk, if anything happens in this game, it could possibly be in the second half.
Yeah, I'm on Madrid here. It's kind of going against what I usually say. I'd usually be on Betis or double chance in this, but just with how Madrid's playing, I mean, even guys like Endrick, Brahim Diaz are stepping up now when they're getting a chance. I think they win this one narrowly. I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a very tough game for them, but I do think they come on top, as they always seem to come on top somehow. So I'll take Madrid here. Another lean for me, not my favorite of the day.
Now, for a couple of games in Serie A, we have Atalanta and Venezia. Atalanta, well, they stopped playing their best football just when they shouldn't have done that. They got knocked out of the Champions League because of it. They dropped points against some very bad teams recently, but they beaten Empoli 5-0 last week. Kirk, do you think that they finally are getting the hang of their form?
Yeah, I mean, they should win this game 5-1 probably, if I had to say. I just think Venezia, they have a little more firepower than Empoli do, and you're not going to beat Atalanta 1-2-0. So, they're going to have to attack. I'm just going to go for value here. I mean, you could go Atalanta minus 1.5, 2.5, and I think it would hit. But I'm going to go with both teams to score here, plus money. I think Venezia really don't sit back like Empoli did. I mean, it's just inviting too much danger, so I think they got to go for it.
We are actually getting a fairly decent price on Atalanta to win and over 2.5 goals. It's minus 137, so I'm going to go with that. I think that Jack Atalanta alone can get us over 2.5 line here quite easily.
Yeah, maybe. They definitely have the ability to. It's just a matter of do Venezia just stick 11 men on the line when they go down 2-0? I don't know. Probably not. But I'm just taking the Atalanta half-time, full-time. The very similar price. Atalanta have been starting games very fast, especially against Empoli. I think they went 3-0 up in like 20 minutes or something in that game. So yeah, I'm taking Atalanta on the half-time, full-time here.
Now, Jack, what about this game between Udinese and Parma? I mean, for a price that we are getting it, I think we have to take Udinese on the money line here.
Yep, have to. Parma, they haven't been great recently. They finally won a game after what feels like 2-3 months without winning a game. Okay, maybe I exaggerated a little bit. 28th of December was the last time that they won a game before last weekend. So
2
that's how
months.
bad Parma have been. So yeah, got to take Udinese on the money line. They are just proving to be the better team. They are the better team, and they're also at home. What more can you want?
Yeah, and Parma has a ton of injuries still, like 9 or 10 players are out. So you agree with everything Jack said, Kirk? Off to Bundesliga then. We have, what, 5 games or something like that on Saturday. The first one being between Bochum and Hoffenheim. And goals have been very, very consistent in this matchup. And let's be honest, neither of these two teams can defend. Bochum can score goals. I believe that's your first half team, Kirk. Is it Bochum who can score a lot of goals in the first half, or is it Kiel?
Nah, Kiel like to score in the second half. Kiel are watching anime in the first half and don't do anything and go down 2-0. I mean, literally every game they concede 2 in the first half. But Bochum, they can actually score in both halves. They just like to concede a little bit. They're kind of the opposite of Kiel. Kiel like to concede in the first half, score in the second. Bochum like to score in the first, concede in the second. I just think at the price here for plus or over 3.5 at plus 150 almost. It's uh, if there's 45 meetings between them, this will be my free pick all 45 times.
Yeah, definitely. Goals are the way to go in this matchup. We all have it. I'm simply going to take over 2.5. It's a bit juiced, but it's a bit of a parlay piece, I suppose, at the minus 161, Jack.
Yeah, that Bochum can just be relied on to score at home, especially after their win against Dortmund. And Hoffenheim again are another team that you can rely on to score. A little side play. I've taken both teams to score in over 2.5 here, by the way. Yeah, as I said, I just think there's goals here, and I think both teams score to contribute to get over the 2.5. I don't think this game's going to be 3-0 either way. What I do like is a little side play, plus 1,000 on Hoffenheim to win from behind, because my stat of this game is Hoffenheim have the record most points won from losing positions in the Bundesliga. So they're definitely coming back into games, getting the draws, getting the wins. So plus 1,000 against a team like Bochum could be an interesting line.
There you have it, guys. Now, Kirk, Heidenheim and Gladbach, who was your survival pick, by the way, last week, if you just forgot. Coming off of a loss, do you think they bounce back against Heidenheim?
Yeah, this is kind of contrary to everything I've said all season. This pick, um, I'd back Heidenheim at home. Usually I don't take Gladbach on the road. I think Heidenheim have shown me though this season that I can't trust them actually at home or at any game for that matter, even though they have been a little bit better as of late. Gladbach, kind of disappointing game last week. I'm disappointed. I think they win this one to nil. I don't even think it's that crazy. I could see a 1-2-0 game here, so I'm going to take Gladbach to nil at plus 337.
How about you, Jack?
I think the only crazy part of the pick from Kirk is the fact that it's coming out of his mouth. He hates Gladbach on the road, and now he's taking them to nil. When I read that, I was like, "What? This guy knows they're on the road, right?" Yeah, Heidenheim, as Kirk said, they were very good at the start of the season. They've only won 4 games this season. but 2 of those were in the first 2 games of the year. So, yeah, Heidenheim not great, but there are lots of goals in their games, and Gladbach as well on the road like to be involved in some goal fests here and there. So I like the over here.
Yeah, Heidenheim is really, really bad right now. They've won only one of their last 6. However, they're sitting in the relegation zone right now in 17th place. So they need some points. They got to start collecting something to stay in the league. And that's a team that was playing in Europe this week. They were playing in the Conference League, which they got knocked out of. Uh, but I don't know. Gladbach is so weird. Just when you think that they finally have the hang of their form, that they can finally connect some positive results together, maybe compete for Europe or something like that, they go on and lose at home, concede a red card, draw points, and I don't know. We'll see if they can bounce back in this one, but I'm not counting on it. So I'm taking Heidenheim on the double chance at minus 175.
Kirk,
Now,
sorry,
Jack,
Garon. Kirk, can I quickly
go ahead,
ask,
go
if
ahead.
you finish 16th in the Bundesliga, am I right in thinking you play against the Bundesliga 2 team to try and
Yeah,
keep
you
your
played
spot?
the team that was in third. It's an absolute
Yeah,
mayhem.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually interesting. Okay,
It's
cool, thanks.
mayhem. Right now, I think it's Köln. Who's Köln and Magdeburg or someone, one of
They've
those
been
two.
playing well. They've been playing well this season, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe finally we see Hamburg back in Bundesliga.
My
They are sitting in
cousin,
second right now or
I think
something.
they're in first. My cousin goes to every game. Their stadium's nuts. They have like 73K people in their stadium. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Hell yeah.
Leipzig and Mainz, Jack. Leipzig played a midweek game against Wolfsburg in DB Pokal. They won that game 1-0, barely. But Mainz, I don't know what to think about this team. They were very, very solid on the road in the first half, but then just fell off the map in the second half of the season.
Yeah, I think the good thing for Leipzig here, even though their form hasn't been great, they don't have any other competitions to worry about now other than the league. And of course, the same thing goes for Mainz. But that's kind of why Leipzig have been stumbling a bit in these games against
Well,
teams
Leipzig
that
are
are
still
good
in the
like
cup.
those. Say again?
Leipzig are still in the cup.
They're still in the cup? What, the Pokal?
They just beat
Yeah,
Wolfsburg 1-0.
they're in the semifinals now.
Has the draw not been done yet? Because I don't see any games for them in any games outside of Bundesliga.
I don't know.
No,
I
I
it,
don't know.
never.
it probably
Maybe the
hasn't
draw's
been
not been
done
done,
yet.
which is why,
Or
yeah.
it's
Okay.
being played later in the season sometime. I don't know when.
Fair enough. Now I'm looking down Leipzig's fixtures right now, and I see all the way to May, and they're all Bundesliga. I don't know, but I like goals here. Leipzig's defense cannot be relied on at all, and they can score goals. So can Mainz. You know, these are 2 teams who are very similar to each other, and I think we get goals.
Yeah, I'm counting on Mainz in this one. And Leipzig has a lot of injuries as well. So there could potentially be some depth issues, especially with that midweek game they had. We know that they've had a lot of problems with that this season overall. So I'm going with both teams to score in this one, Kirk.
Yeah. Actually, one of my favorite games of the weekend, and I'm not gonna lie, Jack. I hate the over 2.5. I actually hate it. Leipzig, one of the best teams at home this season, in terms of goals allowed. I don't know how because they usually concede a lot, but they've been pretty good. And mine's on the road. I don't know. I think
How
Leipzig
many
here
goals they
is.
concede at home?
I don't know. I just go through their fixtures, and
No, fair enough.
they went like 5 games without giving up a goal at home this season. Um, so I'm on Leipzig money line. I'll give you a free premium here. I'm on Leipzig and under 2.5 as a premium, probably like plus 250. I think they win 1-2-0. I don't think mine's scoring this game.
St. Pauli and Dortmund. St. Pauli not a good team. I know they are one of your favorites, Kirk. They're sitting above the relegation zone at the moment in 15th place. However, with the way they have been playing lately, that's 3 losses in a row. I'm not sure how much longer they're going to be sitting safe in Bundesliga. What are your thoughts?
I think this is the toughest game to call in the Bundesliga this weekend. It's this price with Dortmund. I really hate it. I really don't have any opinion on this game, to be honest. It could go so many different ways. You don't know what Dortmund team's going to show up. They could lose this game 3-1, and I wouldn't be shocked. Can win this game 3-1. I don't even know why I put in Dortmund money line, to be honest. It's just I don't. I actually maybe one successful dribble for Jamie Bino Gittins is what I'll take. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, they do have a Champions League next week, Champions League game next week, Jack. But
Against a team that won't be playing hard because they're looking to get in
I
the
never
year
said that.
after.
I never said that. I never said that. Again, you're twisting my words.
the only reason why I'm taking Dortmund here is because they are the better team overall. Like nothing to do with form, nothing to do with anything else. I think that they really can't afford to drop any more points or to lose a game or to get a draw. Like they have to go for the win. I think this if they get a win out of this game, I think that's gonna help them a lot in the Champions League over the week, Jack.
But yeah, again, this is a spot where if you're Dortmund, it's probably going to be very likely you're not playing Champions League next season. So you have to put all your eggs in one basket in the Champions League. No? They're sitting 10th right now, is it? They're sitting 10th?
Yeah.
They're not getting top 4. Hell no. Hell no, they're not getting top 4. I don't like Dortmund. I really don't like Dortmund, and I don't like any play in this game. So I'm just going to ride with Dortmund. Look, if you say this game is the start of the season, September, we haven't been able to see both of these teams. You're not getting Dortmund at this price, and this is Seb Pauli we're
I
talking about here.
disagree.
Really,
I disagree.
You think you're getting better than -110 at the start of the season on Dortmund against St. Pauli?
I think you're getting around the same price. I don't think really.
Yeah,
I think the best price you get here for any team against Pauli, probably Bayern at -225 on the road. I don't think any team goes up higher than.
Pauli are the second worst team in the league at home this season.
It's still a tough place to play. I'm telling you.
Oh, but
I
only 9
think
points at home.
this fixture at the start of the season would be like -250 for Dortmund.
Yeah, I would
Never.
say so.
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Next game.
Anyways, next game, Werder and Wolfsburg, the last one in Bundesliga. Wolfsburg getting knocked out of the DFB Pokal. Werder, I mean, they have been all over the place. They failed us a few times now. Make that 4 times in a row since they lost their last 4 games. But I think Wolfsburg playing midweek should help Werder a little bit in this game. So, what do you have in this one, Kirk?
Yeah, Wolfsburg hasn't lost any of their last 5 games in the league. Werder's lost 3 in a row. I think Wolfsburg, they're only what is it? 3 points, 4 points out of Europe right now. They're making a push. I like them on the money line here. I think they're far and ahead the better team than Werder this season. Even only 4 points do split them up. I think Wolfsburg is the better team. And I kind of like the way the line's moving right now. Werder's getting a lot of the money. So they're going down. Maybe you can catch Wolfsburg even at a better price.
Yeah, I do think Wolfsburg can get a win out of this game. That's where I'm leaning towards. But I still think that Werder can score a goal at home against this team that could potentially be a little bit tired after the midweek game. So I'm going with both teams to score in this one, Jack.
Yeah, give me the over. Give me the over. These two teams have been over magnets this season. 16 overs to 7 unders for the 2.5 for Werder Bremen this season. You've got 15 overs to 8 unders for 2.5 for Wolfsburg this season. And you're giving me this price? It's incredible. 23 games these teams have played. Werder Bremen have had 82 goals in 23 games. Wolfsburg have had 83 goals in 23 games. Over 2.5, no question.
Have it, guys. That's it for Bundesliga. Off to the French Uber Eats, McDonald's, League One, Saint Etienne, and Nice. I don't know. Saint Etienne, they've shown some signs of life. I don't know. They are fighting for their survival, I suppose. In the League One, they haven't won any of their last 7 games, sitting in 16th right now, while Nice is actually on fire and fighting for that Champions League spot. So I'm gonna keep this one simple. I'm taking Nice on the money line, Jack.
Yep. Give me Nice. 3 straight wins. You now come into Saint Etienne, who I don't even remember the last time they won a game. I'm not going to lie. I'm not even going to bother looking. It'll probably take me 5 minutes. It's been that long. So yeah, Nice. I would have taken them in Survivor this week, but I took them last week.
Kirk?
Yeah. Sad day for Reem here, as Saint Etienne's going to grab 3 points, and Reem's going to be tied on points with Saint Etienne for that 16th spot. I got the over. I could see a 2-1 Nice, but I could also see a 2-1 Saint Etienne or 2-1 or 2-2 game here. I just think there's a lot of goals involved here, as Saint Etienne they score 1 goal a game, concede 2 goals a game. Nice, they concede over 1 goal a game and score about 2 goals a game. So I see 2.5 here pretty easily.
Lens and Le Havre, Kirk. Le Havre plus 800 underdogs on the road against Lens, who is not even the top team in the French League One. Yes, they have been not even playing that well. They lost their last 3 straight games. So you can see how little the books think of Le Havre.
Yeah, it's sad. They're going down. It's a sad day when I realize that they won't be playing in the Uber Eats. They'll be in the Burger King League next season, down in the second
Skip the
division.
dishes.
Um, yeah, it's Lens. They've actually been the third best defensive team all season. PSG's conceded 22, lost Lille has conceded 23, and Lens has conceded 25. So this seems like a 1-2-0 win for Lens here at home to get back on track. I'm gonna take them to nil here.
Seems like I'm going against both of you in this game. I'm going with both teams to score an over 2.5 plus 136. I don't think we can rely on Lens defending at the moment, Jack.
Yeah, honestly, I hate this game. This is one of the games I actually hate the most this whole season.
What?
How on earth? I know the Havre suck. I know. How on earth am I getting minus 300 on a team who have only won one home game in their last 5? How? It
Because
doesn't make sense to me. I know the Havre are bad. But not minus 300. I'm sorry. However, as Kirk said, this is a team that are pretty good defensively when they are winning games. So Lens to nil is my play here. Will I be putting any of my hard-earned money on it? Absolutely not. And I'm just going to say this: if there was
well,
Premier League this weekend, we would not even be having this conversation right now. This game
le-
is not in this video.
let me tell you something. Lens has conceded a red card in their last 3 games. That's the real issue.
A red card in each of their last 3 games.
Yep. They got one in the 57th minute against Nice, and then they got one in the 72nd minute against Strasbourg when it was 0-0, and then
They
they
got one
got
against
one
Nantes. I know
Nantes
that.
in
Yeah.
the 70th minute when it was 1-1, 2-1.
Okay, so they are missing players because of the suspensions. They have injuries, and they are still minus 300 favorites.
This is what I'm saying.
Because they're not going in with down a man. If they go down a man, the whole thing changes, but they're going in with 11 men. They've been playing with 10 men the last 3 games.
No, but they
Yeah,
have
but
players
for the last
suspended
20
and
minutes of a game, it's
Well, most of the games were 1 goal or tied at that point.
I don't know. Yeah, this is a game where I will be putting my money on. So I guess if you don't like anything, guys, just skip it. But that's it for this video. Enjoy your day. Good luck with all of your bets, everyone. And we'll see you soon with more free winners.